Welcome back. It's important to understand how the AWeber pricing works. If you're going to be paying monthly, you'll want to make sure that you have monthly selected. You'll want to adjust the slider for the number of subscribers that you have. Each level has a link that will tell you how many emails you can send for a particular level and at a particular number of subscribers. For example, you can click the subscriber max number for the Plus plan. You'll see that the subscriber max number for the Lite plan will be slightly less than the Plus plan. And what's important to understand is that when you reach the level of the number of emails sent, you will automatically be moved to the next tier. So in this particular case, you can be moved from the tier from 5,000 subscribers to 7,500 subscribers if you send over the allotted number of emails for your particular level. And you will see that for the most part, the features will be delivered in the same way for all of the plans. The place where you will differentiate will be where you determine how many emails that you're going to be sending and how you'll be charged. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we are going to create a new list. From any page inside of your account, you can access the quick menu. Once you do that, you will then search for create a list. Or you can type in the search bar, create a list. You can then write in the name of the list that you decide to create. If you have more than one address that you're using, you will decide on the address that you want to appear in the email. You can then click Next. You'll need to decide on which email you're going to use, as well as to discuss what your list will be about. Once you've filled in the information, you can then click Next. You will have then created the first part of the list. Okay, so that thanks, and I will see you in another video. In this video, we are going to customize the confirmation email in order to avoid spam filters. The second part of your list creation will be customizing the double opt-in email. And this is going to be the email that individuals will have to click on in order to make sure that they are going to be part of your email marketing list. You will want to customize this email because leaving it as the boilerplate template will make it easy for an internet service provider to send that email to spam, which is something that you are not going to want to have happen. You'll want to click on Edit Message Content. You'll then want to click inside of the dialog box. You will then write into the dialog box where the content is. You can then decide what your signature is going to be for your confirmation email and write it into the dialog box. Once you've completed this, you can then click on Create List. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Now, AWeber requires that you have a verified email address. And to do this, you can start from anywhere inside of your AWeber dashboard. Once you do that, you will click on the List Settings. And at this point, what you will be doing is you'll be determining the from email address when you were using it with your email marketing list inside of AWeber. You want to click on Manage Email Addresses. And it's at this point that you will start the verification process. You'll want to write in the name of the email address that you will be using. And when you are setting up a new email, what you'll notice is that you will need to set up a separate process called Custom DKIM. Once you have set up your DMARC and DKIM, your email address will then be ready to be used inside of AWeber, and you can select it. You can then save your list settings. Okay, so that thanks, and I will see you in another video. Now, in this video, we are going to work with the process of adding and managing subscribers. You can start from any place inside of the AWeber dashboard. You'll want to go to the Subscriber tab. You'll want to click on Add Subscribers. Now, one way to add subscribers to your list is to add them one at a time. And to do that, you're going to click on this button that says Add One at a Time. If you have a CSV file or text file, you can add multiple subscribers at one time. So instead of clicking on Add One at a time, you would click on import multiple. Also inside of the subscriber area, you can click on subscriber tools. The first thing you'll see is the bulk unsubscribe, and this is where you can unsubscribe more than one individual at one time. You'll also see suppression tools, and you can suppress different addresses and domains of individuals that will want to sign up for your list, but you don't want to unsubscribe them. You just want to keep them from being able to sign up based on their domain. And of course, you can bring it down to the email address level also. And finally, you'll see two additional screens. You'll see a block subscriber tool as well as a bulk tool. The bulk tool we will explain in a different video. For the block tool, this is where you will place the individuals inside the dialog that you want to keep from being subscribed to this individual list. Now, this will not keep these individuals from being part of another list, but as for this list, you can make sure that they are going to be blocked by placing their name and email address here in this area. Okay, so that thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we are going to work with the process of adding and managing subscribers. You can start from any place inside of the AWeber dashboard. You'll want to go to the Subscriber tab. You'll want to click on Add Subscribers. Now, one way to add subscribers to your list is to add them one at a time. And to do that, you're going to click on this button that says Add One at a Time. If you have a CSV file or a text file, you can add multiple subscribers at one time. So instead of clicking on Add One at a Time, you would click on Import Multiple. Also inside of the subscriber area, you can click on Subscriber Tools. The first thing you'll see is the bulk unsubscribe, and this is where you can unsubscribe more than one individual at one time. You'll also see suppression tools, and you can suppress different addresses and domains of individuals that will want to sign up for your list, but you don't want to unsubscribe them. You just want to keep them from being able to sign up based on their domain. And of course, you can bring it down to the email address level also. And finally, you'll see two additional screens. You'll see a block subscriber tool as well as a bulk tool. The bulk tool we will explain in a different video. For the block tool, this is where you will place the individuals inside the dialog that you want to keep from being subscribed to this individual list. Now, this will not keep these individuals from being part of another list, but as for this list, you can make sure that they are going to be blocked by placing their name and email address here in this area. Okay, so that thanks, and I will see you in another video. Once you have individuals added to your email marketing list, you can start the process of messaging them when you feel it is necessary for your business. To do that, you are going to send what is called a broadcast email. And you can start from any place in your AWeber dashboard to reach the broadcast email area. First, you will click on the Messages tab. You will then click on the Broadcast tab. You will then click on the Messages tab. You'll want to take note of the options you have available to you to send emails. In most cases, you will use the drag and drop editor as it is the most flexible element that you can use in order to write your emails. AWeber will give you sample text. Assuming that you have written your email and that your email is the text that you are looking at on your screen, what you will then want to do is to preview your email. You can also preview your email as to how it's going to look on a mobile device. To do that, you will tick the mobile preview. You can then take note of the mobile preview. You can then send a test message. Once you've sent your test message, you can go back to the editor. You can then save your message. You can then click Save and Exit, and your broadcast message will then be ready to be sent. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. We are now going to work with the sending and scheduling options for a broadcast email. Once your email is written and set up, you can choose to send that email immediately, or you can send it at a time of your choosing. You can then click on the Send button as if you are ready to send the message. Clicking the Send button will bring you inside of your sending options and message details. If you choose the scheduling option, what you'll see is that you can choose a time on the calendar when you want to send the email. You can choose a date and a time. In fact, you can schedule the exact time that you want the email to go out. When you choose the exact time, that will be based on the time zone that you have set up in your account. You can also choose to send immediately. And when you do that, what you'll see is that the calendar will go away. You can then choose the audience for your email. So if you have multiple lists, you can send this message to all of your lists or some of your lists, which you can choose at this option. To include additional lists, what you'll need to do is to click the element that says include these lists. And at the same time, you can also exclude certain lists from your sending. Now you will see automations and sharing the message. Neither of those elements are going to be necessary for your message to go out. So if you are ready to send, you can then click send message now. And this is always going to be an important screen. AWeber will give you the opportunity to confirm if you want to send this message immediately. So if you think that you have something wrong, it's a good idea here to click the cancel button. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. It's important to highlight one important element about the sending time zone. Each individual message, when sent, can be sent at a specific time in a specific time zone. Naturally, you'll only see this when you are scheduling an email. When you are doing a broadcast email immediately, the option does not exist. But if you click the scheduling option, you will see time, date, and time zone. And so you will want to click on and set the time zone that you want to dictate the time of your message to be sent. And by clicking the drop down, you'll be able to find the right time for your message. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in another video. There will be individuals that will be part of your universe that may miss your emails, but you still want them to have the information that are in your emails. You can use the List Newsletter Hub in order to communicate with them. Inside of the newsletter send area, you will see at the bottom that there is an element that says Share Message. Now, the Newsletter Hub is enabled by default. In order to access it, you can click the Edit button. Once you're inside of the editing screen, what you'll notice is that you can toggle the hub on or off. For example, you'll see here that you can toggle off the Newsletter Hub. Now, the Newsletter Hub will have all of your active newsletters that you have sent. And so if your customer or your audience has missed them, you can give them the link and they can find the email that they may have missed. If you want to see what their experience is going to be, you can click the link and the link will take you to the newsletter archive. Now, as of right now, there are no active newsletters, so you are not seeing an active sort, but your customer will be able to go to a page like this and they'll be able to then see all of the emails that they may have missed. You can make it so that your newsletter hub is automatically shared to Facebook and X. However, again, what you can do is you can toggle off the newsletter hub. And when you toggle off the newsletter hub, the option to share to Facebook and X goes away. Now, if you want to share the Facebook, you'll have to make sure that you choose the account that you're going to be sending to. And the same thing is going to be true of X. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in another video. You can improve your email headline using the AI tools inside of AWeber. Assuming that the body of your email is already written, you can then click the Edit button to edit your email. Once you enter the editing screen, you can then click on Add Preview Text. A dialog box will then open, which you can then use in order to get suggestions. To do that, you will then click on Get Suggestions. You can then get customizations as to what the AI suggests. You can determine the tone and the purpose using the drop-down menu. If you don't like the choices that the AI brings back, you can click Load More. When you find a headline that you like, you can then click on Use This. You can also use the AI in order to get help with the preview text. And just as you did with the headline, you can then get help with the tone. And the AI will give you suggestions on preview text. You can also get help with the type of message. And the AI will adjust its choices as to which preview text you'll want to use. And as was the case with the headlines, you can click on Load More. Once you find preview text that you like, you can click Use This. And finally, you can click on the Best Practice Checklist to make sure that you are meeting all of the parameters of a good email. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in another video. You can use the AI inside of AWeber in order to enhance the body and message of your email. Once you're inside of the text editor, you can make changes using the AI tools in AWeber. You're going to click inside of the text where you want to insert the AI's ideas. And so you'll look to insert your cursor inside of the body of your email. And you're not married to anything that's inside of the email. You can delete everything and start over with the AI altogether. you are going to click the backslash to bring the plus button on the left side menu. And you may have to create space in order to get the plus sign to show up. Once you click the plus button, you'll get choices where you can click on Write with AI. You can then write in what you want the AI to write. Once you have written in what you want the AI to write, you can then click Generate. And the AI will give you text that you can use. However, you may not be satisfied with that level of text. You can then click on the Make Changes button in order to get the AI to give you more text. And you can choose what kind of correction you want the AI to make. In this case, we've chosen Elaborate. Once you make your choice, you can then click on Make Changes. And once we have our changes, we can add the content to the message. And once you have the content you want, you can then click Save. And you now have your AI enhanced email. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You can add hyperlinks to any video. First, you'll need to go to the editing screen for your email. Find the text in the email where you want to add the hyperlink. Highlight the text and then click the Link tab. Then click inside of the Link dialog box. Write in the hyperlink that you want to direct to. Then save your hyperlink. You can also place an email link. You'll want to find the text where you want to place an email link. Once you find the right place, highlight the text. Once you highlight the text, then click the hyperlink. And just as you did with the web link, click inside of the hyperlink area. Use the drop-down menu to search for the email link. Click inside of the email link area. Write in the email address. You can then save the new hyperlink. You'll then want to preview your entire email. When you're in preview mode, test your web link. Also test your email link. And once you verify that your link's resolved, you can then move on to the next step. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. You can add an image to your email. If you are inside of the edit screen, you will see that there is an image tab on the left side menu. You will need to click on the upload or drag and drop area. You will click the upload, drag and drop and drag the element into your document where you want it. The element should then be inside of your document inside of the editing screen. You will then click on top of the element to make sure that the editing screen is available. On the right side menu, you will then have all of the elements you need in order to customize your image. You can upload an image from your hard drive. You can access an image from the AWeber image gallery. And when you click the gallery link, the gallery comes open where you can choose an image. You can also use the Canva element. And so you have a number of ways of adding in original images to your email. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. One of the easiest ways to set up tags is to add them to the welcome sequence. What you will be doing is going to the campaign section, and you will be making sure that when an individual is signed up to your list, they will automatically have a tag applied to them of your choosing. We will go to the automation section. We will click on the edit pencil for automations. That'll bring you to the campaign editing screen. And if you look on the left side menu, you're going to see an element that says apply tag. You're going to click on that element. You are going to look inside of the canvas and determine where in the timing you want the tag to be applied, and you're going to drag the element into that specific space. Once the element is dragged into the space, you will then see on the right side menu an element that will allow you to edit the specific tag. You will click inside of the Apply Tag area in order to write in the tag that you want. You will then write in the tag and click Enter in order to make sure it is registered in the tag area. You will then click Save and exit the campaign. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. You can also tag the landing page where your customer comes. For the sake of this video, we're going to take a look at a form that has already been set up inside of an AWeber landing page. First, you'll need to trigger the place in order to place the tag, and you can do that by putting your cursor inside of the email field. Once you see the process open on the right side menu, you will click on the Submission button. You'll then want to click inside of the Tag field. You'll then want to write in your chosen tag. Once you have your tag written in, you'll then want to click Save. You will then want to save and exit the landing page or form creation field. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Back. You can set up automated messages based on a specific tag being applied. To set this up, you are going to work from within the Campaigns section of the Automation tab. Once you are inside, you are going to click Create Campaign. You can select any campaign. In this case, we are going to select a blank campaign. The trigger for this campaign is going to be that a tag has been applied. And so you'll need to set the trigger by writing in a tag that you know has been applied. You can write the tag into the Tag dialog box. You can then set up the rest of the automation. In this case, we'll click on Send Message and drag it into the canvas. Since the automation is now set up to use an existing message or write a new one, for the sake of this video, we are going to choose an existing message. We will select an existing draft message. We will select the message. And if you have completed the elements of this campaign, you can now click Save and Exit. And what we have now done is we have set it up so that when an individual is going to be tagged with a specific designation, they will then be sent a specific message, which we have set up ahead of time. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. When your activity inside of AWeber involves more than one list, you can use list automations to regulate or automate the process. In the Automation section, you may have noticed right under the Campaign tab is also List Automations. And you are going to click on List Automation. Once you are brought to the dialog page, you can then click on Add Automation. You will then choose the list that you want to work with from the drop-down menu. Now, there are 3 different kinds of automations that you can use in the List Automation area. You will choose the one that will be most appropriate for what you are trying to do. Now, in the case of working with 2 lists, we can make it so that when an individual is subscribed, they can then be subscribed to a second list. So we can then choose the automation that we want. And once we choose, we can then click Add. And once we click Add, the list automation will then be added to our account. And we've made it so that when an individual is subscribed to one list, they're automatically going to be subscribed to a second list. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. It is a good idea to back up your list on a regular basis. We will discuss this factor in the conclusion of this course. Backing up your list means that you have access to all of the names and email addresses in a file that does not exist on the internet, so that you will be able to move that list when you have to. To start the process, you will need to click on Subscribers. When you get to your subscribers, you'll need to click in order to select all of the subscribers. Once you've selected all of your subscribers, you will click the button that says Export CSV File, and that CSV file will be available to you in order to use to move your list to a different location if you need to. Once you get the CSV file, you'll want to download it and make sure that it's kept in a place that is not internet connected. Okay, so that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course. Now that you have the ability to make sure that individuals are going to be signed up to your email marketing list, you want to make sure that when they are signed up, that they are getting the email message that you want. To start the process of creating automated emails, you can start from any place inside of your AWeber dashboard. You want to click on Automation. That will bring you to a dialog box. You'll then want to click on Create Campaign. AWeber will then give you the opportunity to choose a template, and a template will give you a way of being able to determine what your messages might be for a specific reason when you are using automated messaging. Now, for the sake of this video, we're going to select the Welcome series and use that template to get started. That's going to bring you to the Automated Campaigns dialog area. And you'll see a number of choices that you can make. You're going to see choices that you can make on the left side menu. You'll then see your main canvas in the middle. You'll then see the result of what your canvas is going to be on the right-hand side. Now, we could make changes using the actions on the left side menu. However, we're not going to do that. We're going to focus on using the existing template in place for the campaign that's considered to be a welcome campaign here in this area. You'll want to take note of this part of the template. The template says on subscribe. So in other words, the action or the campaign will begin with an individual once they are subscribed to your list. You'll also want to notice that this template, the automated campaign, is for new subscribers. So that if you have an individual that becomes part of your list again through this avenue, they would not be part of this automated messaging. You'll notice that we can have an individual automatically tagged or electronically identified. You'll notice then that we are pointing to one specific message that will go out in this automated campaign. Notice again that the campaign gives us the opportunity to tag the individual or identify them again inside of AWeber. One of the things that you'll notice inside of the messaging area is that there is a personalization code. And this is special code that you can place inside of any message so that when an individual is signed up, they will actually see their identifying information. So if they signed up with their name, they will see their name in the field that we have designated in the email. You can customize and edit any of the content in the message. Once you've completed your writing, you can then preview the message. You can then preview the message as it will look on your customer's screen. Once you've made your final changes, you can then click Save. And once the message is final, you can then click Save and Exit. Your message will then be ready for the automated system. And once you have completed making changes for the whole campaign, you can then click Save and Exit. You should then see your campaign listed in the campaign area. You can then click the ellipsis on the right-hand side. You can then activate the campaign, and your campaign will then be active. So now, whenever an individual is signed up to your list and they are a new customer, they will then be part of this first campaign, which will send them a message that you predetermine. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in another video.